Life or death family, how are y'all doing tonight? So glad you guys decided to join me for, I guess you can call this a pivotal time, one of many, but a pivotal time for life or death. All smiles over here. This is a special time. I'll say that, as we take these next steps. And so, I'm streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. That's the city landscape that you see behind me. Just after 8 o'clock p.m. on a Saturday night, December the 11th. So, welcome, you guys. Thank y'all for joining me. Let me give some shouts to my people in the chat who decided to holler at your boy in the chat. We've got Ashley in the house. How you doing? Always glad to see you here. Kiara Edwards, right? Kiara Edwards. Kiara, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Hopefully. Blast from the past, old school. Julius Golden in the house. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Uncle Stu. Uncle Stu. Glad you came through and graced us with your presence, sir. Blessed us with your presence. Let's see, kind of going down. Sophia, always here, throwing the mod up, giving us the business. Always here to support Sophia. Glad you are here. Let's see, I'm going down the list. Vaughn the Great. Glad you're in here. I'm just looking for all the new names, people I haven't shouted out just yet. Scrolling down. I see Alexis Mack. Glad you decided to join us also. What's happening? Hey. We see Mike Vincent in the house. What's happening, brother? Let's see. The real Mr. Unknown. So the question is, who is Mr. Unknown? Who are you, sir? Glad to have you here. She stole my thunder. Glad you came on through. Look at this. We got the Chef Shapino with the eyes, checking everything out. Glad to have you here, sir. Glad you joined us. Let's see, coming on down. Let's see. Shanita. Hey, Shanita. I'm glad you decided you could make it as well. What's happening? That's right. What up? Let's see. Derek Quick in the house. Derek Quick. Let's see. Velma. Let's see here. They're scrolling down on me quick. Velma Sims. What's happening? Let's see. And I'm scrolling. I'm just looking for the new names right now. I'll try to read through some of these a little bit earlier here. All right. That's Mike Simmons. Okay, Mr. Unknown. You're unknown no longer. Thanks for letting us know. All right. So we all know why we're here. Hope, before we keep going. Joel. Okay, you have to help me out with your last name. I'll just say Joel or Joel for now. Thank you for coming through. I think I already gave a shout to Mike Vincent. And virtual hug, always. I love the hugs. As you guys know why we're here. We're here to kind of find out what's going on with life or death. I have to say, boy, buddy, you all definitely made it. You did your job. You made it really, really tough on me as I went through and just reviewed everyone's auditions. And before I even get into that, I just want to take the time to really thank everybody who auditioned, who brought your talent, to kind of offered it up, so to speak. to be used, for this. Because that's for me, I just never, and you guys know me, and I've said this a couple times during the auditions, you never ever want to take for granted, people's willingness to work with you, to actually kind of come together and create something together. And, it's really tough on the actors, because they audition, they put themselves out there, they put the talent out there. And it's one of these things that, especially if it's a project that you really are vibing with, you really want a part in it. So just by virtue of the fact that you auditioned and gave me such great choices from all over the country to choose from, I just have to stop, and just say thank you and honor you and acknowledge you for taking the time to actually audition, doing a little bit of the work ahead of time, preparing a monologue, getting up here. And this is really different too. This isn't a normal audition, as we know. We did it kind of in a live environment. Normally you might come in and it's just you and the folks who are in the casting, and you'll get up and you'll do your thing, and it's just one little room. But the way that this project is being produced is all kind of out front for everybody to see. So for those of you who are live with me now, in addition to the people who will watch later, I just can't thank you enough. 'Cause it was good. We had some great talent from all over the country, and actually out of the country, because I remember we had a couple auditions from the islands, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe Canada or the UK. So just thank you. Now, when it comes to casting, making these decisions right now, I do want to say again, this is all kind of leading up to the announcements, is that this is it's kind of for me, there's two sides to tonight. It's kind of a dual nature. Well, there's one side of it is it's a great time. It's an exciting time, because this, for me, I'm talking, it represents the next step in the execution of the production. We've done all of the work leading up to this, and we're just getting closer to fully executing and realizing what the vision is here. So moving forward is always a good time for me. It also begins to solidify what the production will look like. When we're writing, and even when was creating the graphic novel, there's only all those steps run short of something like this, where you're now actually adding, living souls to what you're producing. So, when you get to this point where now we are announcing our casting positions, it really for me helps to, now this is who I'm working with. This is who we're working with. And so it solidifies it. And that's always a great time for me. And, generally speaking, it's just an exciting time, because now, we're making these steps together, and we're entering into a creative process together, as we move forward. And then in this particular case, with it being on YouTube, we're doing this out in front of everybody. So, whether or not you auditioned, if you're just a spectator, we're kind of watching this whole thing now move forward. So it's just a very, very exciting time. But I have to acknowledge that at the same time, this can be a disappointing time for people who didn't get cast. And when you're not, especially for people who are kind of new, maybe this is their first time auditioning, or they're early in the stage, young talent that's kind of putting themselves out there, it has the potential to if it's not kind of handled properly, in my opinion, it can contribute towards self-doubt, angst, wondering whether or not you can do it if you put yourself out there and you're not chosen. And me personally, I hate to disappoint people. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. And I never want actors to question their ability, to perform, to pursue their passion. and to, you never want to be someone who says, oh man, I didn't get this role, so I'm going to chill out and step back. So I am very intentional to always emphasize that if you're not cast, number one, it's all about the right fit. It's never about whether or not someone in an individual in particular is good enough or not. It's always about whether or not the person is a right fit for what I vision the characters to be. So never, never, never be disappointed if you don't get a role. Instead, just use that as experience to move yourself forward. If you are fortunate to work with someone like me, who I'm always very open about letting you know, okay, these are some of the things that you can do to get better, and always put yourself out there. Then do that. Take it. Always take it as an opportunity to grow. All right. So for me, I always want to emphasize: continue to grow, always persevere. And this is a situation where I never want to disappoint someone, but as we know, this is a business. Not everybody can get a role. This is a situation where, the people, one person will be cast per se for a role, and when that's the case, we simply continue to move forward, be as supportive as we can, and then pursue getting better, getting stronger, and most of all, just not quitting. Never, never, never just fall back. Always push forward to it. So I want to make sure I just emphasize those things too. Just hate the fact, sometimes people don't get a role and they're really, really disappointed. Don't. Never, never be disappointed in that, because there are always more opportunities in the future. So yes, I did take my time. I considered a whole lot as I made the casting decisions, and you guys forced me into some tough choices because we had all this great talent coming from all over the country. I'll never complain about this, though. I'm just kind of mentioning it because it's always a good problem to have, when you're choosing from really good talent. So, in a lot of ways, I want to thank you for making my job as hard as it was on these choices. All right, so we're getting closer. Remember, I'm just going to reveal my primary selections for the roles, meaning these are my first choices. Now, you never know. I might go through and offer the role. The people whose names I called tonight, you offer them the role, and you never know. There may be a situation where they can't accept the role as we move forward. If that happens, then I have prioritized my secondary choices. So I'll always pivot to the next choice if for some reason after tonight someone just for whatever reason can't accept the role and move forward. And there's always going to be more shows even after this one. So, again, I'm just trying to make this landing really, really soft for people who aren't chosen. Let me go through here and just check everything. Yeah, I'm just looking over the comments, and Sophia, I agree with this. All due respect, this is a learning experience. Absolutely. Be patient. Always. We got people popping in. Yes. All right. So good stuff. All right. Now, the time that we all have been waiting for. Let me take a sip. All right. So with all of that said, it's business, as we know. We gotta move it forward. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the supporting roles, and really I'm gonna talk about the roles. I'm just gonna mention the roles that I haven't cast, because I have not cast a few of the supporting roles yet. And I'm gonna mention some other things, but I'm gonna basically start with the supporting roles as we lead up to the five main roles, the main characters. All right. So here we go. See if I can bring this up. All right, so I'm going to read from the bottom up. I'll be going from the bottom up. Roles that I have not yet cast are the roles of the sexy girl. That's what we call her in the script. We may end up giving her a name later on. The role of Rob, and I'll talk about all these later. I won't get into much of the descriptions right now. The role of Bus's boy, Craig's boys 1 and 2, the frat boys 1 and 2, the trainer, and then there's a church scene. One of the things that I did after just really going through all of the characters and all of the while I was going through casting is I had so many, again, good auditions and callbacks that I was looking for places. And I mentioned, I promised I would do this. I was looking for places that I could use people who might not necessarily be cast in one of the main roles, um, in the production, so that I can still, they can still appear in the film or in this production if they chose to. And so I created a scene within the scope of what we're doing, which is a church scene that has 5 roles in it. And it's going to be a lot of improvisation, but it's going to work really well. I think it's going to work really nicely, especially with the talent that we've seen so far. So I haven't cast that, not too long after this, I will extend the invitation to my selections, and hopefully they will accept. All right, so those are the roles at the bottom I haven't cast yet. I do want to mention that the score composer, I have talked with Frank Cleveland. I call him Frank the Maestro Cleveland. That's not that's my nickname. I call him, and he has agreed to score the film. I chose Frank because he did an outstanding job with my first independent feature film, Love Trap. Many of you have seen it. If you have not seen it yet, then definitely check it out. And for an independent film, and really for a film in general, it's just a really, really great job with what a score is supposed to do, and as well as really just supervising all of the music that made it into the film, assisting with the choices for the soundtrack. So we worked so well together in Love Trap, again, small little independent film with a peanut sized budget. And, I've shared on other streams that it was made for $6,000, but yet the film, we knew it had potential, and it made good on that potential. All thanks to God. It went to, won a bunch of film festivals. It had an unprecedented appearance for a year and a half on Showtime. It was on Netflix, and right now, at here 16 years later, it's on YouTube Movies, still with the life. When you check it out, when you look it up, read the comments and see how this film, people are watching it, today, yesterday, this month, this year, last year, and see how it's affecting people. It's a very, very powerful piece. And part of the reason why it's so powerful is because I was very fortunate to have Frank the Maestro Cleveland compose the score. So I'm going to roll with him on this one. Now, that being said, I think I'm still going to open up opportunities for music, for music to be added to what we do, and we'll talk about it. So this doesn't mean that no one else is going to be able to contribute music or even possibly do some type of compositions. We'll see. But, Frank Cleveland is locked in as our score composer. I'm very, very happy and very, very pleased with that. All right, so now we get into the roles. We see at the top here, there's a messenger role. I'm gonna award that to Mike Vinson. Mike Vinson, I think, is really, really good for that role. I know you wanted something, just a larger role, Mike, but trust me, I think that this is going to be a good spot for you. And again, trust is involved in this whole thing. I'm really hoping and asking for everyone's trust as I make these selections, that we're making the selections that are absolutely the best ones for the film, for the production. So Mike Vinson, you are the first one I've mentioned here in a supporting role of the messenger, and you'll know a whole lot more about what that role is, um, as we move forward. All right, moving on. All right, so I'm gonna go from the bottom up. We see Uncle Stu in the house. That's because I gave him a heads up a little bit later. Really, I asked him. I'm casting Uncle Stu as the pastor in the film. And so one of the things that we're gonna see here is we're gonna have a little preaching. We're gonna hear a little bit of preaching, for a scene. And it's a small scene, but I do believe it's part of a powerful scene, even somewhat pivotal in the story. So those of us who've been following Uncle Stu, if you heard him get riled up, he gets into. I've never heard Uncle Stu preach, but he got into preacher mode. I've heard him one time, and just from hearing that, I knew that he would be perfect for this. So I actually offered him the role. He didn't audition or anything. He didn't know he was auditioning that day. He was auditioning on his stream and didn't even know. So yeah, Uncle Stu. The bartender role that goes to Derek Quick. Horace, that goes to the young but talented Sincere Brown. That's the role of Horace. The role of door guard in the film Bus, as we all know, as I've talked about in earlier streams, Bus is sort of the head of a small time outfit, street outfit, we'll put it like that. And he has a little setup and he has people kind of watching his space where he does all his operations. And Michael Simmons I've selected to be the kind of head henchman, if you will, which is the door guard. And then witness on the phone, Melissa Jane. There's some things that I can't go into about the story, but this will be a good one for Melissa. So, witness on the phone. You guys can kind of let your imagination run wild on it, and soon enough we'll find out what that role is all about. But we want to give that one to Melissa Jane. All right, so moving on up, going from the bottom up. 911 dispatcher. We want to give that to Ashley Jackson. Ashley has this really, really smooth voice, and she has showcased some acting talent. She's new, but I think she definitely has a space, and it's a really, really good position or a good role for her to really use all the things that she's shown so far. So, these are supporting roles. It's a small one, but it's one that can be impactful. So I'm looking forward to working with you on that. We have a supporting role of Craig. So I gave that one to Q Love. Q Love. So I don't know if Q's in here. But Craig, Q Love, you will do well with that role. This next one was one of the tougher decisions I made, because I had Shinosha in as I'll go ahead and share. She was one of my top candidates for the role of Bianca. Clearly that has gone to someone else. However, Bianca's bestie is a really powerful role, and it is a supporting role. And it's one that we only see at a given time, but it's a powerful one. And I know Shinosha will kill it. So I want to award that one to Bianca's bestie, which is basically Bianca's girlfriend, someone who really is always there for her. I'm going to give that to Shinosha Jordan. All right. Caroline goes to Winter Lee Holland. Winter Lee. Winter was campaigning for another role, and she was powerful. I considered her heavily for that role. However, in going through everything, I felt like this was the best fit for my vision for Caroline. Interesting story, as some of us know, Caroline is Bianca's mother, In the script, that was how it was always written, Bianca's mother. However, Ashley Jackson, and I believe it was you, Ashley, right? Ashley Jackson um, gave her the name Caroline, and it stuck. I decided, hey, that's going to be her name now. So Bianca's mother is Caroline, and I think Winterly Holland will do an outstanding job with that role. Um, and then Clarence. Clarence is Bianca's father, and almost from the first, we Vaughn the Great pretty much inhabited that role, right? Vaughn the Great. And we can go. It's what's cool is for those of you who have not yet kind of maybe look through or listen through all the auditions. I began to clip them out, but then I ran out of time, and so all the auditions are always going to be on the live streams. You can kind of go back and you can hear the various live streams and what Vaughn brought to Clarence, who I do believe was named by someone who's in here, and that's She Stole My Thunder. I believe Thunder named Clarence. The original character's name was Bianca's father. That's boring. Come on, we can't have that. So we got to give him a name. And I do believe, let me check here because I want to get these right. I think it was the two of you, but I could have the names messed up. Okay, so Ashley named Clarence here. It was Clarence. Ashley named Clarence. So that means Thunder probably named Caroline, right? Right? Did Thunder name Caroline? Someone in the chat named Caroline. And so, we gave Bianca's father the name of Clarence, and I was very thorough. I considered very heavily several others who read for the part, but ultimately there were some things about what you brought to the character, Vaughn, that I really, really liked, and so it's gonna be a really, really nice thing to have you in that role. And Vaughn, I believe, is a beginning actor, so it's gonna be a good experience, of course. So I'm happy for you, Vaughn, and I'm glad, very, very happy to cast you in that role. Let's see. Yep, She Stole My Thunder. Yeah, so we might keep that up. It's a few other characters who don't have names. We might get some of the names in the we might get some of the chat members to name some of these other characters who have not yet been named. All right. So now I believe I'm on to my last slide where we name our the lead roles. There are 5 of them. And so without further ado, I might as well. I wonder, do I have, let's see, what do I have? Do I have some kind of drum roll on my little thing? I'll figure all that out later. I think I do. I'll just save it and go straight on to it. All right, and I'll read these from top to bottom. So as you see here, decided to go with Raheem Wilson Morgan for the role of Caleb. And it was, again, a really, really tough decision. We had several who really were neck and neck and just were bringing slightly different things to the role. And ultimately, I decided that Raheem would be the best fit for what we have. So congratulations, Raheem, for the role of Caleb. It's a heavy role, Raheem. It's a heavy role. So when we talk about it, we'll see if you really want to step up to it, because he's in a lot of scenes. He's the lead character because he's in the most scenes. The character of Roy goes to Julius Golden. Now, you all have not heard Julius Golden audition. I went through everything that we had, and there were just a number. I was just looking for just the right fit, and I wasn't comfortable with all of our options because there was a number of things that I was looking for in particular. And as you all may know, Julius Golden is the lead character from Love Trap. And so I connected with Julius, and decided to, based on what I know he is capable of, having worked with me, and also knowing quite a bit about how he personally connects with this character. There are some things about this character that are going to come out that Julius is going to completely murder, knock it out the park. So it really, really, really is an outstanding fit. You guys will see as we move forward. So even though we didn't necessarily get to hear Julius audition or participate in the callback sort of in a live environment, best believe I'm not going to cast this if I didn't know that Julius was really, really, really the best fit for this part. So hopefully maybe we'll get a chance to hear from Julius a little bit later, so you guys can kind of get to know him, or at least hear him, hear him speak a little bit outside of the what he's done with Love Trap. All right, but I'm very, very honored and happy to cast him as Roy. So good stuff, Julius. Bus, Chef Shapino. Come on, guys. Now, we had a lot of good people who came through for the character of Bus. But I think when you can go back and listen to sort of what Chef Shapino brought to this role. And I have to say that, like, straight up, the choices that Chef was making, and see, I'm already calling him Buzz. The choices that Chef was making, in addition to the voice, and I heard, Chef Shapino is a YouTuber here who does really, really great. And in fact, if you want to, maybe, I don't know if you want to, maybe we can get our mods to share his channel. But he's a YouTuber who has a channel, does some really, really good stuff. I supported his channel with a really, really beautiful stream that he had about a week ago. But when you hear his voice, I called him and I invited him to audition. He did so, did the callback. And when you hear what he did, I honestly have to say the choices that he made when on the callback were identical to what I heard when I was writing it, when it comes to this character. And he shared with me behind the scenes a couple of, and in fact, I think even there, it's a couple of things about this character that he really, really connects with. So I see it. I think everybody can hear it. And so for me, it was I'm honored to have had Chef Sapino audition and try out for the role, because I think this role fits you really, really well. So good stuff there. Bianca, let me say this before so we see here Sajda Wade is who I ended up choosing, but this role, Bianca, was the hardest role for me to cast. Respect to all of you who auditioned for this role and participated in the callbacks. It was so hard. It was so hard to settle on this. This was the absolute most challenging role for me to cast, because we had several of you come through and showcase skills, like real skills with this role. And you're talking about a hairline of a difference between, say, my top three, and even the people who were like right after that were not like some sort of distant choices. So this is one of those situations where I had to really examine a whole lot in order to make what I felt would be the best decision for this role. So that went to Sajda Wade, and I'm honored to be selecting you. This is one of these things where I'm telling you right now, based on just the sheer amount of talent that just auditioned for this one role, I'm telling you, I don't know when it's going to happen. It won't be long after Life or Death. I am going to create something that will serve as a vehicle for all that talent. And hopefully all that talent isn't busy by the time I get to it, because I'm going to do it and it's going to be amazing. I was floored. So I just say all that to say, that one was a tough one. And, I'm just happy to have cast Sachta Wait for that role. Yeah, I'm reading over here I'm reading over here. Definitely believe that this role, people came out for this. So, all right. So let me go to and then I'm smiling because I'm very, very honored to announce this role, Ava, the role of Ava, which is Caleb's mother. I awarded to Patrice Garner, and I have to say, almost ditto, really. It was fewer in number, but the quality of the auditions for Ava also made life hard for your boy. Made life hard for your boy. But there's quite a lot of really, really nuanced things that Patrice Garner is going to bring to this role. And it really is interesting. It often doesn't work out like this, but I believe Patrice was one of the first, if not the first, audition to read for this role for sure, I believe. But maybe, yeah, I think it was the first to read for this role. And, it never, it certainly wasn't something that is planned or intended. She read for it, and in an interesting way, she kind of put a stamp on it, and ended up being, it's like survived all this competition because we had several people come through who, was pushing, threatening to push her off, and oh, we could do this. I hear what you're bringing to the role, in terms of experience, talent, and skills. But there's some things about Patrice Garner, the OG Patrice, as we call her here in these YouTube streets, that that she brings to the Ava role. And so I'm very honored to have cast her in this as well. So yeah, Patrice, you were first. So like I mentioned, if you didn't get a role or a role that you wanted, please don't be discouraged. In fact, there are going to be more opportunities, and we're going to see how things shake out with the roles being offered. So don't be discouraged. Please be supportive. Now that we are in this space where the cast is taking shape, we're going to, of course, continue to move forward with that. Yes. So I guess, Chef, I was just talking about you. You missed it. You missed the whole thing, Chef. You got to check the replay. I was talking about you and how impressed I was with what you did with your audition and your callbacks. So I'm going to stop this screen here, and I will. You know what? Let me go ahead now for anybody who would like to call in. I'm going to grab the link. So if anyone wants to join me up here to talk a little bit about these next steps, I'm going to review them now and kind of talk a little bit about what we're going to do. Then by all means, feel free to hit this link. I just shared it. And I wonder if I can, I might go over to the site and pin it if I need to. But that's the link. If you want to call in and just kind of say what's happening or just whatever, ask questions while I go over this next part, then feel free. All right, so we are now, and I got Uncle Stu here. So I'm gonna say, because I see you popped in, I'm gonna bring you up, sir. Can't wait to do it. Let me mention this and then I'm gonna bring you up real quick. All right, so now that we have most of the cast here, my next steps is really grind time for me. Today is December the 11th. I am going to take the time really soon and go ahead and fill out the cast with those cast positions that I mentioned have not yet been cast. And those are supporting roles, the Frat Boys, Craig's Boys, Bus's Boys, a couple other roles. After I cast those, then I have to swing right into, or really at the same time, reaching out and confirming everything, because this is a paid production. Now, it's not a highly paid production. I'm an independent filmmaker, and your boy. I teach. I'm living in Florida. I'm on a professor's salary here. I got $2. Blah blah blah. So your boy is not a rich man, but I want to make sure that at least I can pay something that's respectable to all of our people who are coming. So I have to go through and make sure that we work out those details and make sure that the people who are cast can do it and are cool with everything. So while I'm doing that, secure all those, all this is the back end stuff, signing the contracts. Then I'm going to be spending my Christmas break editing, preparing the graphic novel presentation. So I'll be editing, creating what visually we will be seeing, basically animating our illustrations, and working with Frank Cleveland on the fundamentals of the score. So really just a lot of prep work. Also, I have to do my director's prep. We're doing this live in front of everybody, and when we go week to week to week. Let me say this too before I bring everybody up. As we know, this is a full feature-length film if it was shot as a film, and as it stands now, the way it looks, it is a graphic novel, and it has 5 separate books. I've done the initial breakdowns. This translates to 18 weeks of serial storytelling. Serial, meaning we're going to go week to week to week as we tell this story. And so that's 4.5 months of Saturdays. I think I'm going to end up doing this on Saturdays, but we'll plan out everything. But it's once a week where we get a few scenes and we tell this story, basically episode by episode for 18 weeks, for however long it takes for it to do that. So there's some work that I have to do, initial prep work. I've got to do my director's breakdown. We're doing everything out in front of everybody, and everybody's going to see, how we put something like this together, and try to work together to create an excellent work that impacts people, and do the absolute best that we can. So that's a little bit of what the next steps are. Your boy gonna be grinding all through the break and leading up into January. So just getting ready to do the absolute best that we can. We wanna do what we did with Love Trap. But, realistically, guys, this is a small independent production with a lot of potential, with huge potential. So with that, let me bring up. I got 3 people in the back. Let's go ahead and bring everybody up. Let's just get a good little conversation going. Uncle Stu in the house. We got OG Patrice joining us as well. And then this will be an introduction for many of you. Julius Golden coming through. So glad to have all of y'all. Let's start with let's give the ladies first. Let me give it to OG real quick. OG Patrice, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How you doing, Frank?
Smiling, happy, and ready to go. Excited.
I am too. And shout out to the panel, Uncle Stu and Julius. Shout out to your chat. I am so honored. I want to thank you so very much for this opportunity. I thank you for seeing something in me that showed Ava in your eyes and what I can bring to the table in making Ava come to life. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that opportunity. I am so very excited and happy to be working with you and all the rest of the cast.
You are so welcome. I can't wait to get started. This is going to be a nice venture for really everybody involved. Really
Absolutely.
everybody involved.
I'm really excited. I've never done anything like this as far as a graphic novel, so I accept the challenge.
Mhm,
I am so excited about it because
mhm,
it's bringing sort of like voiceover, right? Because
mhm.
people really have to see who you are in what you convey without really seeing your face. So this is like absolutely phenomenal.
Yes. And this is an exciting time just for, I won't go too deep into it, but when we collectively come together to create something like this, And when we do it, it's here and it's something that's done and it's created forever. It's a really, really exciting time as a creator as well. So yeah, we welcome. I'm looking forward to these good times we're about to have. Uncle Stu, Uncle Stu, how you doing, sir?
Very, very humbled. Hello to everybody on the patent, and I had to on a panel. Y'all know I'm usually not stumbling on words. Um, I think I was extremely humbled. I had to read the email twice because I thought it was fake. Um, I'm sitting up here saying, "Now who's gonna give me a role?" And I'm not an actor. Um, but I was very humbled that you chose me for that part. And I'm sitting up here bragging about OG Patrice and Vaughn on my platform, talking about, man, y'all should have heard their voiceovers and boy, oh boy. And then here you calling me for the preaching role. So it's very humbling to be able to work with such, I call them Hollywood actors. So it's very humbling. But to give you an insight, I do preach for real. I just try not to bring it out because my platform is not necessarily a pulpit, but it does come every now and again. But I feel it when I feel it.
Uncle Stu, your boy heard
Yes, it does, Uncle Stu. Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Listen, your boy heard it. Okay. So that has everything to do, not everything. I think this is also, I don't like, God is sovereign. So I never like speaking for God about anything, but I believe in my heart this is God inspired. And I think he got a little something to go. I think he's got something to do with what's happening here. So yeah, I think this is going to be blessed by your presence, and I can't wait to work with you on the kinds of things on what you're gonna do, sir.
All right. I mean, it's gonna definitely be my honor. This is my daughter's birthday, so it was a dual birthday present. It's gonna be the first time I guess I can finally announce this on Monday. I gotta wait for when you can release me and say, all right, you're allowed to say it.
Oh yeah, you can talk it now.
I can talk it now.
Yeah, you can talk.
And you want to know what's sad? You want to know what's funny?
What's up?
Getting ready to do a panel called "I Love Jesus, but I Can't Stand Church," and that's a panel that's coming on Monday. So,
wow,
that's it.
Tomorrow.
Hey, that's a message though.
But I'm putting it out there on Monday. So I'll announce Vaughn and OG Patrice because they're very well known in the same circles as me. So I'm going to let everybody know that Vaughn and OG Patrice gets to work with you as well as myself. And awesome. She stole my thunder. She was trying to calm me. She said you need to change her name because she's supposed to cam up, but she won't cam up on my show.
See, it's going to be an absolute blessing to work with you. And this is what I love about this is that, see, with this, people don't have to cam up. I want everybody to cam. I don't even want you to cam up, for this one.
Well, so, see, I didn't think I had the voice of OG Patrice and Vaughn, and then you made it clear that Candid Ann got a voice. I'm like, oh, I'm out of this voice loop stuff.
No, sir. Yeah. So yeah, this is beautiful. What I want to do is I'm gonna roll to Julius. Oh no, let me roll. Hang on, just one quick. You got a second, Julius? I want to go to Vaughn. Okay, that's what's up. Vaughn, I want to go to you, and then I'm gonna throw it to Julius, and then we'll give it to the two mics that kind of joined in at the end too. Vaughn, how you doing, sir?
I am blessed, man, and I just really appreciate the opportunity that you are allowing me, especially with my experience. I'm fresh off the boat, but I'm so excited about this project, man. I know it's going to have a lot of meaning to it, and it's going to have a message to it, and it's going to reach a lot of people. And so it's just an honor to be a part of that. Congratulations, Uncle Stu, OG Patrice, everyone else. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I definitely
congratulations, Vaughn. Congratulations,
you.
much deserved.
I definitely can see Uncle
Yo,
Stu in the
congratulations,
preacher
man.
role. Hey, who's that?
That was Mike saying congratulations.
Oh, hey, Mike. Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you. Congratulations. But
Mhm.
You're
that was it.
welcome, man.
I don't want to. I don't want to say too much, but thanks
Well,
again, and
I
I
mean,
look forward to working.
you're welcome, and it's the same with me. It's going to be a blessing working with you. For everybody up here, you all were chosen by me for very specific reasons, and I'm looking forward. I'm absolutely blessed that you all are participating. I want to throw it
Awesome.
over to Julius Golden. Now this is a new intro to everybody to Julius. But Julius, go ahead and holler at your boy and talk about a little blast from the past.
Hey, congratulations first off. Thank you, Frank, for the opportunity once again. Congratulations to everyone that was cast. And I think it was important that you stated that I've been filming since 1999. First time I've ever stepped on camera. I watched people come in this arena, put it together. I watched them take it apart. I watched them get rejected, question themselves. It's never about always the talent. It's not the talent, like Frank stated earlier. It's the right fit for the right project. And I think I was fortunate by the grace of God to understand that early in the 90s that I know many great actors that won't get cast in certain roles. You just don't fit the role. So you don't have to question yourself if you didn't get cast for this or not. So I just want to reiterate what you said, Frank, that I thought was brilliant. I've worked with Frank on Love Trap, award-winning film, award-winning on so many levels. And it was truly a labor of love. But to tell you about Frank, for those who've never worked with Frank, Frank is a visionary. Frank was ahead of a lot of things that we see today on live stream, on social media. Frank was ahead of that. Frank was talking about this way back 10, 15 years ago. Frank was way ahead of the game. And it's always been an honor to work with Frank. He's very detailed. I've worked with Hollywood directors over 20 plus years in this industry. I've worked with Aaron Spellings, the Joel Schumachers, not gassing Frank up, not, because I work with him. This brother is truly detailed. And details is the separation between mediocrity and greatness. If you're not there, Frank is going to tell you, and I had to check my ego at the door because, I came in, hey, I had prior gigs before and yada, yada. Frank is detail oriented. He doesn't have a master's degree in filmmaking for nothing. And he's not only having a master's degree in filmmaking, but he's a gifted writer. So he has the gift along with the training. This is who you're dealing with. Just trying to make you all more familiar with a guy that I admire, I look up to, and I'm honored. One of the greatest beings in existence in my life. We did this with no budget. We did Love Trap with no budget, no money, little to nothing. And we showcased all over the world, out of the trunk, award-winning film again. Also, we were winning film festivals all over the country. We showcased from London to Martha's Vineyard, to LA, to Houston, to Atlanta, you name it, we was there. And when we start winning, it was like, oh, it was like, wow, this is real, and along the journey, you learn a lot of things. So his leadership is one of his strongest attributes to me. And anything you do, whether it's your family, whether it's a household, whether it's your coworkers, leadership is important. You have to have the right leader to guide you, because we can't, as actors, we can't get to a place without the director. The director and the actors go hand in hand, like the point guard and the coach, like the coach and the quarterback. So it's important to have that relationship and that intertwinement and that dialogue happening, and the trust ultimately that what I feel as an actor, that I think is, oh, this is great. No, I did it right here. Well, he may not feel that. He has the vision for the film. So I leave my ego, I leave those things to the side, and I trust the director to place me, to put me in a position where I can excel. And Frank has done that for me. And I'm pleased with that. Love Trap is one of the greatest films I've ever done in anything in filmmaking. I've probably done 40-something commercials, 50-something industrial gigs, short films. I've done it in the 20-something year span. Love Trap, by far, hands down, is the greatest endeavor I've ever been a part of when it comes to filmmaking. And I'm proud of it. I want my children to be proud of it, my grandchildren, my greats, to witness me in that capacity. But the commitment also, I want to speak to the focus, the opportunity, and the commitment to the film is very important. You know, timing, everything is very important. I don't care how big, how small it is. It's very important because this stuff outlives any of us. It lives on forever. And again, our legacy, our children, our grandchildren, and so forth, will be able to, we want to leave them with something that they can be proud of. You know, not just, hey, I'm in a film, I'm good. You know, I had those moments as a youngin' back in the days, but this is truly an opportunity, you know, and Frank, I thank you. I thank you humbly.
Well, I thank you, man, Julius, all these kind words. I'm just going to keep the cup. I appreciate you, brother. And ditto back to you. I'm just, you know me, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep my eyes on the prize and do what we got to do. For me, it really is about doing the work and then wherever the results take us.
Yes.
Make sure we do everything that we don't even worry about all this other stuff. God will take it where it needs to be. And, you know, we just keep building from there. So just appreciate it.
May I interject and say something? Julius, thank you so much for that perspective, because as we've gotten to know Frank, we don't see that side of him. So thank you so much. And Frank, you've been holding back on us. I just want you to know that.
I kind of have.
This is the Frank. Let me just interject. This is the Frank that you all see when it's go time. You're going to see it's a different being that emerges from him, and it's important because it's polarity. Every polarity is woven into our existence. Everything has a polar opposite. So this Frank here is different from the Frank when it's live. When it's time,
right?
It's Frank is like this.
Julius, believe me, I know what you're saying. So we ready for him to pull things out of us that we didn't know we had in us.
Julius, I just want to make it clear. So you're telling me the man I interviewed a couple of weeks ago, when he get through with me, I'm gonna take that video and just rip it up. I'm gonna be that one that's gonna be like, let me tell y'all about the real Frank Gooden.
But the beauty, Frank's gonna crack the whip, right?
Well, the beauty about it is, it goes back to what I was saying about leadership. You know, when you're in the presence of a leader, this is who you're with. You're with a real leader, not a politically correct leader. You're with a true leader.
And then you know how to step in line when you're being led, you know?
That's right. That's right.
You know how to step in line when you're being led. And
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Julius came in here telling on you, boy.
Well, you know what? I didn't think that the road was going to be easy now.
Well, thanks for giving us a heads up, Julius. Thanks for that 411 because, you know.
Yeah, just don't get us ready.
Frank is a gentleman. So don't take, if you're the type of being who can't handle constructive criticism, he's direct. It's not personal. It's all related. Every scene has an objective. Frank's criticism has an objective, and each scene objective must support the overall objective of any film that you're doing. Don't take it personal. Yeah. It's just an objective.
Absolutely.
I yield the floor. Congratulations, everyone.
If I can survive a drill sergeant, I think I can survive Frank.
You can. You can. You guys will see my style. I just let it be known. That's all. I'm not mean. Mike's been hanging on for a minute. Mike, did you want to jump in and say what's happening? I'm not sure if you're still there. There we go. Yeah. Mike, welcome, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Frank?
I'm good.
I just wanted to say thanks, man. I really appreciate the opportunity. Means a lot to me. I think I mentioned the last time a little bit when you was talking about bragging, and I said I won't brag on what I do. I'll brag on my health.
Yeah.
Doing this piece is something that, one thing besides acting that I've always wanted to do is voice acting.
Mhm.
Because if this muscle disease like MS, if this puts me in a wheelchair or it puts me where I can't handle my hands as well, I can always use my voice to make money.
Yes.
And I actually haven't done a super lot of acting. And when you had as many people audition for this, I didn't think I had a chance. But I don't think I ever prayed for a part harder in my life than I did this. And I just really, really want you to know I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. And I'll do my best. And
I know.
And I haven't let anybody down
Yeah.
that I've done movies with before. So I'll do my best. And I take criticism well, because criticism is a teaching tool.
Yes, it is.
If you don't criticize me, then you don't care about me improving myself in acting. Somebody who criticizes you is like a teacher. It's like tough love teacher. And with the hood where I'm from, tough love is the best.
Yeah, it is.
But again, man, I just wanted to really thank you.
You are so welcome.
And I wanted to tell everybody, congratulations. Fine, I'm happy for you, man, because I know you mentioned you haven't done a lot of parts, so I know you're happy to get this. I wanted to congratulate you, and I just wanted to tell everybody that I'm looking forward to working with y'all, and I can't say enough how much I'm happy to have this part. So,
Mike, I'm so glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Mike. Yes.
Yes, I just want to say I'm just so happy and blessed that you're on this journey with us also, and you definitely gonna play your part, sir. And I'm looking forward to it. And you made it tough on me on those other roles too. Now, so you brought some things. Same thing with Ashley, who I'm about to pass it to. You did your job, sir.
You know what, man? This is I'm so glad you said that, because when I saw that I didn't get the part for Bus, I was a little saddened, but but it's good to hear that I was still
in the
considered
running
and made it.
Yes,
and
yes, you
made
were.
it, you know. That means a lot. I'm glad you ended up telling me that, because I was like, well, at least if he says that it was hard, I made it hard to choose. I was like, that's a hell of a compliment.
Yes.
But so
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely thank you for telling me that.
No,
And,
it's true. It's
and
true. So I'm just glad that you are with it, and I just pray that really for all of us, my prayer is that this is something that works on us individually as well as the impact that we want to have. Because so far nobody really knows what the full story is. I believe maybe Julius a while back, I believe he knows the story, but I just appreciate the trust that you all are placing in me, and not even knowing what the full story is, but understanding that this is something that's designed to be impactful and in the best way. I mean, guys, it's not named Life or Death for nothing, and you are about to find out why. So I'm just looking forward to it. Ashley, I want to throw it to you. You joined us. Thank you for coming on up.
Congratulations, Ashley.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations to each one of you too. And I like Mike. I was pleasantly surprised, that I was casted, because to be honest with you, I came into it with the hopes and aspirations of being casted. When I was given the part of Caroline, You know, I was like, uh-oh, if I'm gonna bring it, I better go ahead and try my best to do everything I can, you know, to perform as bestly as I could without any experience. And even though I wasn't casted for that part, I'm going to do my best to make sure that 911 operator is going to get everybody the help that they need, you know? So I'm grateful to you, Frank, for the opportunity to do this and work with so many wonderful people that is on this panel. And even for the ones that didn't get casted, do not feel discouraged, just like Frank said. You know, I believe in him. I've seen him in other aspects of life and see him make different decisions. And so I kind of understand why he does the things that he does. And it's all for the greater good, you know. And but that isn't to say that you didn't do a good job. He just said it himself that he had a lot of great people to choose from. Over 300 submissions for
more than that.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, it was more than 300.
How many was it?
It was. I got to go back and look at the thing, but pure raw auditions was over 500, and then breaking it down from there, you know. But yeah, like pure raw submissions that I went through, it ended up being over 500.
So over 500. Over 500 submissions, and only one person had to go through that and do the best that he can to cast for these roles of his vision. Can't get mad either way about the outcome, you know. As long as we're all here to support him and the vision that he's trying to create, which I think is absolutely wonderful. There's no profanity, there's no, things like that where people are expecting, you know. You look on YouTube, that's all it is. That's who gets the views, that's who gets the all of that. And you can create something that doesn't have that. That's special. So glad to be a part of it.
I'm glad to have you. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Yeah, you're going to kill it too. Don't worry. When we get to that, I can't wait to work with you. You're going to kill it. Michael Simmons, how you doing, sir? Oh, let me unmute you here. Hold on. Are you unmuted?
Yeah, I'm unmuted, man.
Okay.
What's up? I want to say, man, first, Frank, man, I ain't got no words. I'm stuck, bro. I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to go 110. Hey, congratulations to all of you guys. I feel like, man, you had to go through a lot of people to like make a decision, man. I am truly honored, bro. Like,
congrats, wow. Mike Simmons.
Yeah, like you made it hard for me too, and I already know you even have to say 110%. I already know you going full. You doing everything. I already know, brother.
Wow, man.
Man, you know, just to interject, Frank, you know how I am. I mean, Ashley, Uncle Stu, Vaughn, Mike. It's like, OG. It's like y'all, my new brothers and sisters. You know, this is the chapter of our life that we live together forever.
Right.
You know, like I can't explain it. If you've never been a part of it, you'll know after it's done. No matter what, we're tied forever. Awesome. Once this is done, we're tied forever. Please keep understanding that.
That is awesome. That's dope, man.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Well, we family up in here.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say as the real new person on the block, I think this is humbling because see, I'm from New York. So I always used to watch all kinds of theater plays, whether it was a Broadway show, off-Broadway show, or going to Harlem, to see different shows. So for the road that I've had to travel just to get here, I salute. So I'm definitely grateful. I just want you to know I am extremely humbled and grateful. Would have never known YouTube would have took me to a movie. I'm sitting up there asking you how to just get off the ground, and here you talking about, we got a part for you. So yeah, I'm very humble. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, it's a blessing. You go see, boy, like all the way through. I just can't wait until we actually dive in, and then the reality begins to slowly become a reality for us. It's an amazing feeling. I felt the same way I'm feeling right now. I felt the same way about what was going on with Love Child, with things beginning to just happen. And so we're just gonna see, it's gonna be out in front. And we're at the very, very beginning, the nugget, the absolute nugget of what I think is going to be big. Now we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see, but from what I'm seeing, man, I'm so excited, and can't wait to just dive in. And I just realized what we got to do, the work that we have to do, but the potential is absolutely here, and I believe it's going to be fulfilled in the project.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all gonna blow it up. I already know it. Y'all gonna kill it. We gonna kill it.
Well, I'm looking forward to putting this under my belt as my 4th actual production. I've been in 3 stage plays already, so I'm honored to say this is going to be my 4th one, working with Frank, and definitely looking forward to bigger and better things ahead. So I really feel good about that.
That is wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah, and anybody can jump in at this point. If any questions or anything you want to say, just really anything. I kind of mentioned what our next steps are going to be. Oh, I will say this, and this is for everybody who listens to this afterwards. Please, just to make it easier on me, send me an email. I'll go ahead and put my email address here, just saying, hey, you cast me. That way I can go ahead and communicate with you and get everything with you on, just talk with you about what the pay is going to be, what the contract is. It's a very simple contract, nothing overly litigious or anything, but let me just put my email address here so that I can just reply instead of having to go through later and finding everyone's email address.
In other words, I can tell Brown Eyed this is not a voluntary situation.
Right, correct. You're not just volunteering. You're going to be paid something. Like I said, it won't be a lot, but there is pay. I'm actually giving you something for blessing us with your presence and your skills for doing it. So yeah.
Awesome.
So that's my email, frankbegood2@gmail.com.
Hey guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to, and just from a experienced actor's perspective, and it's relative to mine, but it's important to trust the process and process the trust. Trust the process and process the trust that you're trusting.
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind. We all are working with a gift as a leader. I'm telling you, I've been around this whole country, from plantation to mainstream, from the block to the boardroom. You're working with a gifted being in Frank Gooden. I'm telling you.
Thank you, man.
I'm signing off. I gotta get these little ones situated. It's a pleasure. I can't wait to work with you all. I talk to you all soon. I'm sure at some point we'll exchange numbers and all. And hey, welcome, y'all, my new brothers and sisters. I look forward to it.
Same to you, Julius.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you as well.
All right, everybody. All right, goodie.
Man. All right, dude. Later, bro. Yeah. Anything anybody want to ask or talk about before we end it?
Oh yeah. I have a question as far as is there any dates or anything set on, like when the table read, or are we gonna have a table read, or how that process is gonna go?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. So let me go over it. So we're gonna, in terms of us beginning to work together, all that starts in January. I got a lot of prep that I need to do here in this month. And maybe it's mid-January, and maybe it's late. It probably won't be the first week, maybe not the second week, but maybe around mid-January. And here's the thing: it's like, so I'll be kind of talking with your specific details, but we are all the character parts are not going to be needed, of course, all at the same time. So there are roles I can actually pull up now and tell you, for example, which weeks of the 18 total I would need your character. And we're going to do all of our work during the week leading up to the day that we work together, and then we actually do it. So I'm planning on our day to be a Saturday. Now, if that doesn't work on a given week, then maybe it'll be a Friday. But I'm thinking something like a Saturday would be my first choice, and the Friday. And then when we do it, it's like one show a week, week to week to week to week. And we're just gonna shoot the story from beginning to end and cover the whole story. So for example, Uncle Stu, you're gonna get a chance to really see everything develop all the way until we get to the week that we need you, and that's somewhere in the middle. That might be like week 7 or 8.
Okay.
But the person who I cast for Caleb, they're in a lot of the scenes, most of the scenes. So that particular character will be needed almost every week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there might be a couple weeks that we skip them, but so it depends on your character. But we're starting in January, and then when I would talk with you all one-on-one, I'll lay out what would be what I'm seeing for your particular character when I want you to come in week to week. Does that make sense?
It does.
Absolutely.
My
That makes
question
sense.
for you is, being that you said it won't happen till in around week 7, I don't know how all this stuff works.
Mhm.
So is it something where once it gets started, because like I said, I'm a newbie, so I don't know anything about voiceover, acting, or even the business. Is it something where I'm still coming in to see what's going on and learn, or is it something that by the time week 7 comes, you kind of come in and train me or teach me on what to do?
I'm definitely going to be working with you ahead of time. And let me tell you this for everybody, and really, I think most of us kind of know just because we were following along, and you're actually coming in now.
Excuse me, Frank. Does
Yeah.
someone have some music in the background? Because that's going to get a copyright strike, possibly. You have to cut that off.
Yeah, I might have to mute.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you have playing music or thanks for saying that, because I would have missed it. You're right. We got to be careful with these YouTube algorithms and just being on the YouTube streets. But the question you're asking is, here's the thing, Uncle Stu, like this, what we are doing together and the way that we're doing it has never been done before by anyone. We're the first to do this way on YouTube. And so this thing is just really different. What's happening is we are basically, imagine a stage performance, like a play. But imagine if we were doing this play, instead of the play all at once, 2 hours in front of an audience. Instead, we've broken this play up into like 10-minute segments. And we're only doing these 10-minute segments like every weekend for a long stretch of time live. So it's like, just imagine kind of a live TV show, but it's being stretched out. So TV shows, episodic TV, we're watching our shows and all that stuff is being produced and you watch it week to week to week. Well, we're doing a similar thing, but we're actually doing a live production week to week to week. And what's happening is the rehearsals, everything is all that's in front of everybody. The whole thing's live. So Uncle Stu, you're going to be tuning in when we do these, just like everybody else, watching everything leading up to it. Now, when it comes to your week, I'm definitely working with you because there's a lot that I need to communicate with you about what the pastor is going to be doing. Because I'm going to actually give you some, and this is something we'll talk about, but I'm going to give you some agency. Like I actually want you to contribute to what the sermon is going to be.
So I need to be watching from the very beginning.
Well, I'm going to be communicating with you on it too to make sure stuff is good. But it's powerful. It's so powerful, and that's why I'm looking forward to having you because you know I vibed in that you preach. You'd have to tell me that. So I'm looking forward to that. So bottom line is what you will be doing is going to be real. Let me just put it that way. This for you and what you're doing. You're going to be actually reaching some people with what we decide for you to actually do. So I'm just so looking forward to it. That's going to be a beautiful part when we get to it.
Can I tell you what's humbling?
Yes.
Everybody doesn't know that on Tyler Perry's movie, and I'm trying to. It was trying to think of the name of the movie. But he had Pastor Marvin's was not Sat. It'll come to me.
Marvin Winans.
Yeah,
Marvin Winans.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Mhm.
Marvin Winans. Everybody don't know this, but when Marvin Winans did his part for his preaching role, they don't know that that was natural. That was not a written part.
Guess what? You about to do the same thing, sir.
Okay.
You about to do the same thing, and I can't wait to collab with you on what the message is, and then I'm gonna let you do you. So it's gonna be, I'm telling you, it's gonna be beautiful, sir. It's gonna be beautiful.
Hey Frank, let me ask you, man. So, what is my name on there again?
So let me go back and see the specific role here. Let me just double check it. I'm going back down.
You haven't like sent out any script or anything like
Door
that, right?
guard. Yeah, no, you are a scripted. There's a so I have you as the door guard. That's the character's name. But we can give your character a name, and maybe I'll work with you directly on what you want your character's name to be specifically, because written in the script is just door guard. But there are your scene. Oh, look like we lost Mike. Mike's scene it's a setup and a payoff. What's going on with him? So I'm looking forward. When he comes back, well, I'll chop it up with him when I talk with him. But it's definitely not a throwaway scene. And so Thunder, look at Thunder over in the chat. Thunder already named one character. Thunder trying to name another one now. Thunder wants it to be Eric. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Let me give a shout out real quick to Damon Simeon, the brother, brother from the Simulation Football League, another hobby that I'm in. And always glad to see that you're here joining us, Damon. You need to follow. Make sure you subscribe to Life or Death, because we're about to do some good things over here with this. So yeah, shout out to Damon and Sophia. Let me give a shout out for what she's been doing all along as well, continuing to
I love Sophia.
Absolutely. Yeah, I cheese a lot when I'm happy, and I'm not one of these stoic people. I don't mind showing, that I'm happy and smiling and all of that. I'm not one of these stoic brothers. And listen, don't let Julius scare y'all. I'm direct, but I'm not mean. I am direct though.
Well, you have to be. You have to. If you have a certain vibe, a certain feel that you want to portray, and you're the boss, so you got to bring it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Hence the word direct, right?
Right.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, Sophia. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
So yeah, look like we lost Mike. Maybe he'll come back. Any other questions while we are up here?
So you have my email already. So are you just kind of forward? Will you be just emailing the
No, I'm gonna email you all and set up a time for a one-to-one StreamYard link so we can talk one-on-one about everything. That's how we're gonna do it. And so I'll be sending, we'll just set up a time where we can talk. And then after that, I'll be sending the contracts and everything after that.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. All right. Any other questions?
No.
To be honest,
I think you all covered everything.
Go ahead, Ashley.
No, I didn't think that this was going to be a paid project. I was like, I'm volunteering.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
For the love of
it. Exactly.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. But for that, one of the things I learned too is, I want to make sure that I let people know how much I appreciate what you bring. And so I'm going to pay you as much as I can afford. I do have a budget for it, but just being able to say, listen, this is because we're all on the beginning end when I talk about that nugget. Now, if this thing blows like I think it could, if it goes like the potential, then that allows me to be able to really pay according to kind of what actors kind of should be paid, because mine's going to be a little lower than that, but But if this blows and then we get established, then that just sets up everything else. So I just appreciate kind of this kind of a willing spirit of saying, hey, I'm going to work with this brother. There's more to this project than what, the financial side is going to come out of it. There are going to be all kinds of things that we can benefit from. And we're helping kind of build and create something. And, I'm out here live on these YouTube streets. We all have our name. I'm not going to put my name out there and then, somehow go back on my word or do people dirty or anything like, no. It's if this thing blows up, then I'm going to make sure that we break bread with everybody who helped create it, even if it's later. You ain't gonna be coming back. If this thing just go huge, I'm not gonna be coming back acting like this is something that Frank Gooden did by himself or none of that. So so I just appreciate.
Okay, then so we're gonna change it not to if, when this thing blows up.
I can, and God willing, absolutely. I roll with it. God is sovereign, so I always just let God, be the one who to say where it's gonna be. So that's why I do that. And
OG Patrice,
yes, sir.
We ain't gonna be like Monique and try to go after him two years later, right?
I promise you, I ain't gonna give you a reason to.
This can set the precedent, right? Let's imagine this. Let's imagine this. This can set the precedent for other graphic novels to come to light on YouTube. This is the first time, guys, to be a part of something that is a first time, right?
Right.
Is something that can set the precedent for everything else to follow. So just imagine being a part of the first time, the first experience, the first cast members to ever do this, the first filmmaker to ever do this on YouTube. And we know how big YouTube really is. So if we put this tool to work, because all of us got family, got friends that we're going to tell that we're going to want to watch, see this, we're going to have to market this the same way we would any other stage play, any other film, any other movie, any other anything. We're going to have to market it. Listen, we're in it. We have to sell it too.
Yes. And that's why I kind of, when I heard Monique, what she said, when they kept telling her to market the film, and she said no. And I'm like, I thought that's all part of the business. So, because here, I got to make sure that this is on my community tab so I can tell everybody, go subscribe and let everybody know Uncle Stu is in a movie. So y'all better subscribe. OG Patrice is in the movie. You better subscribe. Vaughn, y'all better subscribe. So and subscription is free. So you better get on that.
That's the cool part about this, guys. I'll talk a little bit on this thing that we're doing. We're all coming together. We're lending our talents to create something together that none of us could create alone. And what's cool is that if we do our part at the beginning, I liking it sort of like, just a motor, starting, cranking up a motor. All we have to do is do our part to provide the energy to let people know, hey, look over here, pay attention, just look at what we're doing. Once they see it, then there's going to be a point where the engine runs and keeps the momentum going on its own. Because people are going to see that what we're doing is we're telling a great story. We're doing something that's unique. They're going to want to start telling and spreading it on their own. If we just do our part, just to get the word out and just get people to come over and pay attention to us a little bit, that's really all we need. And then the rest can go, to that point about Monique, she think, Hollywood, we're doing this a little bit different than the way the Hollywood system works. Generally, you do want to promote stuff that you're in. Monique was basically coming at from the standpoint of, listen, you paid me to come act. That's somebody else's job, and there are other people to promote per se. Whether or not she was right or wrong, we have to really kind of get into that part. But for us, our dynamic is different because we're all coming in together, and you're putting your trust into me to do my part, to turn this into something that's worthwhile, that's worth your time, that's worth the viewer's time to see what we're doing. And so because we're coming from the bottom, right now this is a completely new YouTube channel. You know, came from 0 subscribers. Right now we're at 250, maybe something like that. So we're
Awesome.
at the bottom, and we're gonna build it together. And so, you know, we should be getting this stuff out there and kind of spreading the word. So I appreciate what Patrice is saying and what you're saying, Uncle Stu.
Okay. So that's how they're going to be able to see it. They're going to come on to here.
Yes.
Right. It's not going to necessarily be seen
anywhere else.
Anywhere else. It's just going to be seen right here. Okay.
Subscribe. Yep. All they have to do is you do to start. And in fact, you want to right now, I would say this with everybody. Go ahead, start spreading the word. We're about to do it. So
Absolutely.
Come on over and subscribe and watch it from the ground up. Catch up on the videos with the casting and with the callbacks. Catch up with where we are right now, and then watch how this thing builds and what we create and the phenomenon that we're going to create. I can't wait to share with you all. There are going to be 2 right now that I've identified, very pivotal parts where we're going to ask for audience interaction. And it's going to be just fun to watch. I can't wait. It's just fun. So it's a lot. It's a lot we got coming that I haven't talked about yet.
Salute to Melissa Jane in the chat. Salute.
Oh, and congratulations to Melissa James at her part. She got to come on up on this panel.
Congratulations, Melissa.
Melissa, you got a spot. I don't know if you know or not, but
yeah. And she's just now joining the party, huh?
Yeah.
Come on up here, Melissa.
Melissa Jane.
Yeah, she got a part.
And this is gonna be awesome.
Oh my God. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm excited because like I said, my mind always goes there from a creative perspective, and just like I can already seeing it being something that can possibly go viral on YouTube if we really put the work in and put the effort in, do a great job and promote this and market it. And like I said, get it out to the mass. It's posted on all your social media pages. Tell your family, tell your friends, spread the word. The same way you would do anything else that you feel passionate about. Right. If you believe in yourself and what you're going to bring to this production, that's what you have to do. It's selling yourself.
100%. You nailed it. And speaking a little bit on that point, as I bring up Miss Melissa Jane, I'm gonna let her say something. But just to kind of underscore that, what you said, Patrice, it's critical. And it's this notion of this is going to be, again, God willing, and I know you want me to say when it's going to happen, and I feel strongly, but I like to leave God in his place and let him direct everything. But if this goes like I think it can go, then it's 100% going to be something that starts up a new way for people to get their stories out. You know, right now, when you talk about filmmaking, there are a lot of challenges to independent filmmakers, from the creation of the film to distribution of a film. What we're doing on YouTube right now together, first time doing, we are creating something that answers or checks off a lot of those boxes in some really, really creative and unique ways. And it brings the barrier to entry lower for creators to be able to have success in this way that we're doing it. So this absolutely has the potential to become kind of a model of how you can do something like this and get it out. And it has some amazing strengths. We are all working together right now from all over this country, bringing our talents together in a way that would not be possible except for some of the things that YouTube and the way, streaming capabilities are. It wouldn't even be possible. And so, I'm crazy excited. I try not to get ahead of it. You're right. I am holding stuff back. OG Patrice, I'm holding stuff back. Because I want us to execute. And, if we do exactly like you said, we throw everything we have at it, and then we let everybody know. Melissa Jane, what you got?
Hey everyone, how you all doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Well,
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Melissa.
congratulations.
Well, thank you and congratulations to you
Yes,
guys.
congratulations.
I get to work with a British actress. Oh, I'm really
I
famous
love,
now.
I love her acting. Love it, love it.
Oh, thank you so
I
much.
love it.
So Frank, which of the positions did I get then?
All right, so let me go over it again. Look at it just to be sure, so I don't get it wrong. You have been cast in the role of a witness on the phone, and so I can't tell you specifically what that role is right now because we're not
Okay.
into it. But it's a role that you can definitely throw yourself in. It's a small role, it's a supporting role, but
No problem.
yeah, but it's a role that you are gonna actually interact with Ashley Jackson actually on that when we do it. So I'm just
Okay.
looking forward to that. So yeah.
All
Yes.
right. Well, congratulations, everybody. I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Frank.
Oh, I'm
This is
blessed
pretty
to have
interesting.
you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to you bringing your flavor. It's gonna be good.
I appreciate it.
Good.
And working with you guys is going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm looking forward to working with you, Miss James. It's gonna
See,
be
I'm
wonderful.
putting these all up on the chat because Thunder's naming all of our nameless characters right now. So we're gonna see if we end up going with these. I'm memorializing all of Thunder's names suggestions. Okay.
Yeah, I
All right,
just
Okay, she stole my thunder. Gonna name every unknown
Everybody.
name person you have on your cast in a minute, Frank.
yes. Yes.
oh,
And
just,
then
just,
she wants
just to let
me.
you.
She says she wants me to try to convince you to change her name. I said, how do you tell the boss what to do? He's the boss. I'm not the boss. I'm just barely getting a job, girl.
So can you quickly just tell us what roles you guys have as well?
You want me to fly through the list real quick, or you want them to just say their roles?
Yeah, just those that are on the call.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
I'm the 911 operator.
Okay.
I'm Ava.
Ah, wow.
And I am Clarence,
Ah, perfect.
Bianca's dad.
Yes, yes.
And I am the pastor.
Ooh, wow. Okay, awesome. Good job, everybody. I was over at the lead attorney celebrating his 100,000 subscribers.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was over there early, and when Frank calls, that lets Frank know how important he is. It was
Right?
like, sorry, lead, I gotta go.
Yeah, I was over there. I was over there earlier too, and but I already knew
That's
that
right.
this was already gonna happen. So I was like, I'm gonna be already ready and queued up because I didn't know what the outcome was gonna be, but I definitely wanted to be here either way as a support to those that got the part. But I'm honored that I got a part, and I'm still gonna support everyone else all the way. And for those that auditioned, let me tell you, you guys' talent. I saw some talent that was amazing. And Frank is right. Never think that, listen, I've been in show business for over 20 years. Y'all can't even imagine how many times I've been told no. And you just have to not take it personal. Just get something out of it, get better, and move on. Because sometimes either you're not a fit or you need to hone your craft better. It's a lot of things that can come with that, and it's no shade and it's nothing personal. It helps you grow as a better person. The many times as I have been told no, in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I shedded some tears, but you learn, and it just made me work harder to get better, to do better, to be better, and that's what I would say to all of the other talent. Because there's something else that can be another opportunity that you will be a better role for, a greater opportunity. So that's how I try to look at it. And everybody that came up that expressed their talent, and I was here for majority of the auditions, was absolutely phenomenal. So salute to all those that auditioned.
Yes. 100%. And thank you just for underlining that again, especially for the beginning performers. It can be a letdown, and I'm someone who really wants to make sure that with our beginning performers that they stay encouraged and that they understand the process. So it's really interesting when Patrice mentions it, that at the early on, it kind of hurts you a little until you realize that it's the nature of the business and it's about how you press forward. I'm so honored to have Gail at night up in here, and let me bring
Look, yeah,
Patrice back
you better
up.
have Gail. You be doing your first. You mess
Gail,
around, be putting up that first video for this movie. Gail like, oh, they didn't invite me. Click, click, click.
Gail, so glad you popped up. What do you have to say about any of this?
You're gonna be mad at me, Frank.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but I saw the congratulations, and I'm like, oh my God, Vaughn, me and Vaughn on the phone right before, 2 hours before your live stream started. And I'm over here right now on TLA stream. And I I've been watching your stream in your chat too. And trying to chat a little bit over here and over here at TLA too, so I couldn't hear both the streams. TLA is
Yes.
But I just want to say congrats to everybody. I know now personally, I know Vaughn Bryant, I know Mr. Jane, and I know OG Patrice. Now I know everyone on here is awesome talent because I think I've heard all the auditions, and I'm like, I don't know how Frank or whoever made the decision, how in the world you can decide, because I'm like, man, one behind the other, like so it made. I couldn't do it.
It was Gail. It was hard. It was hard, Gail. Go ahead.
Okay, Gail, what part did I get? Because you ain't hear me say nothing about auditioning. I'm struggling to struggle stream on my platform.
I'm struggling too. I'm still, I just started, and I'm over there. My first stream was 5 over 5. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm over there playing around on the little StreamYard thing while y'all are talking. So
yeah, you're on this side of it now, Gail.
I'm on this side of it now, right?
Yeah.
So now you got to be the one to tell the moderators handle the trolls going in.
Yeah, you go ahead.
They actually gave me the role of the preacher and pastor.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Right. Perfect.
Come on.
You preach on your live stream. You preach.
Gail, right? Ain't it so fitting, so becoming?
I'm in church with a towel and over
Wait a minute. Let me just say this real quick.
And what bomb with the holy oil?
Look at you. Wait. But listen. I was up one night and I was looking at somebody else's stream, and these brothers was some crazy person on there talking so ignorant. And all of a sudden I saw Uncle Stu pop up on the screen. And I said, Uncle Stu, I didn't expect to see him. But man, let me tell you, Uncle Stu got on there and he read their mail. Uncle Stu ain't no joke, man. He is no joke at all.
I believe it.
I mean, he read their mail and didn't bite his tongue.
Wait, this Uncle Stu right here. See, because we ain't over here. We not doing that, not the thing. See what God said. That's Uncle
Stu. That's it. Gotta love Uncle Stu.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else, Gail, you want to bring up?
No, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already on a live stream high, so I said, let me go ahead and hop in here and show my face on your stream. I've never been on your live stream before.
Right.
Me and chat, slaving in the chat room. No, I'm just playing. But yeah.
Well, everybody
thing is probably gonna go all night.
He's already closed. He's closed.
Oh, he did.
Gail. Gail. So has TLA made any final decision other than, because I know he was like torn between the after party and what everybody coming at him, and like other than the Fogo de Chao, has he like set a definite date or say if it's gonna be it? Like, because he was like really torn between a lot.
Oh, we're having the party right now. This is it. He canceled that Fogo de Chao because people on email. What was going to happen if they kept on badgering him about ideas and making it bigger than what he wanted to be? He was going to cancel. I knew it was going to happen. So this is it. This is the party right here.
Okay,
live
got
stream, virtual. Everybody can come on. Well, he let people on the stream, but not a whole. He's tired, so he's winding down now. The back closed, so we're just kind of just waiting on them to say the word.
And it's not too well. It keeps on coughing. It's not too well right tonight.
I asked him how he was feeling. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
It was so funny. He was like, "Yeah, I'm getting emails and calls, and y'all want me to book your hotel flights." And he was like, "This is too much. This is too much."
After party, like, wait a minute. I just want to feed 30 y'all the efforts. You know how he talk crazy, and then go home. But y'all, He's like, nah.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
I have to say that this will be my daughter's birthday. I done got a shout out from O'Shea Duke Jackson. Then all of a sudden I'm on TLA. First time I was able to get up there, like first spot. And then you emailing me, and it's like, what in the world? I'm getting all the birthday gifts. So it has been humbling.
It's amazing.
It's my first time on TLA stream. He was like, I see you all other people stream, and you over here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed, I brought up She Stole My Thunder, so I wanted to.
No, that's because she about to clip it. I'm gonna tell you right
now. Frank, what can we call She Stole My Thunder? Is she gonna be the person that names the characters? Like what?
Right? We're gonna have to make it official. Something. I'll come up with something. Thunder.
No. We should name Mr. Pastor Lewis. That would be a great name for that character.
Okay,
fantastic name. And we've decided that Melissa's character will be named Stephanie. What a beautiful name for a beautiful accent, And I'll just be the anonymous writer. It's okay. You don't have to name me. It's okay. Just the thought that counts.
I'm going to come up with something official because you have already named one character at least. And I think that's a cool thing. So, we'll come up with something.
At least an honorary something, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, some type of contributor, something we're going to come up with.
Okay, I'll accept.
I always say that success, results matters. And I always say, follow that, which is a result. So She Stole My Thunder. Did I not tell you that when you came to me and I said, do not be afraid. Go to Frank Gooden. Try. Your voice is awesome.
But I don't sound as sexy as you, Lou.
I'll clip it.
No, you did. You've been you and Melissa Jane and Lash's Journey have been my greatest supporters, even when I doubt myself the most. So I definitely have to thank you for that. And that's the other reason why you as the pastor role is perfect, because you are there trying to really build up the community in whatever way you can, whether it's creating content that people want to listen to and want to learn from, or giving that kick in the derriere, as we would say in French, when it's needed. And sometimes I do admit I need a good swift kick in the derriere every once in a while.
Right. Shout out to Jada LaRue. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
Jada LaRue, she's a big supporter. Me and Intentional Millionaire was on her show and she did an awesome job. So shout out to her.
Shout out. I'm just so excited and I guess maybe the word fulfilled comes to mind, because it really is an honor. Look where we are right now. All of us are, basically coming up together. And what we're seeing in YouTube is, a type of renaissance, that's happening, where we have all of us basically either African American or from the African diaspora coming together and creating something together in this space. And we're all contributing to this space in our own way. And for me, being able to all of us come together and lend our talents to something like this, is if this goes like I think it can, with all of us, we're going to think about it. Tonight we had, maybe 20, 25 people max in the chat at one time. It might be 6, it might be 10 in here right now, something like that. Imagine, a year from now, and then 2 years and 3 years, how we're going to be able to look back and talk about and reflect on, we didn't know what we were, you guys don't know the story, of this particular thing. And our own individual stories, we haven't yet made that mark that we are going to make. It's almost like, say, TLA when he first started, and now look where he is, and we can see the major impact that he's having on this space right now. It's such a beautiful, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about and acknowledging and appreciating that we are here at this beginning stage of something that we're about to create together as we continue on our own path. And so I'm honored and blessed that you all are, lending your talents to something like this. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to, for us to do it. I just want to say that. I want to put that out there, that I really appreciate the fact that we're at the beginning stages together, and we're going to grow together. So
absolutely. And to just elaborate more, because I can't tell you guys how important it is to really market this, right? Like, most of us up here on this platform has platforms on YouTube. You are so blessed to know that you're going to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Mm-hmm. Promote it on your YouTube. Promote it, and even audition some of the casts on your platforms, because you guys have built subscribers. Mm-hmm. So that's another way to bring subscribers, right, to the life and death experience that we're a part of. Because if you have subscribers that love you, they're going to support you in anything you do. Mm-hmm. So this is a great opportunity to bring it to those platforms and promote it there as well, and do interviews with each other. Like back in, like, it's so I'm seeing so much in so many ways to get this out to the masses.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like we can all, as we move forward, we're going to come up with all these ways, right? We're just going to, put it all together and start executing in all those ways too.
All right, so I guess all of y'all will be there Sunday, and I guess all of y'all be on my platform Monday, because I got a live, because I had to switch my Today live to Sunday because TLA was doing his. So I guess everybody will be on the live tomorrow.
Yeah,
should be pretty big, because it's going to be Gail. You probably know him, the Bishop.
Oh yeah, he was on. I think I first saw him on TJ Randolph, and then I saw him on your stream.
Right, and he's more known in the T sector.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him on Marcella. Speak with your girl, right. Marcella. I saw him on her platform.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he got a pretty big name in that area. So he'll be on my show tomorrow at 7, and I'll be first publicly announcing everybody that's here on that platform, so that everybody can, sub. So
please.
That's not your the platform you're doing Monday, right? Are you still doing that?
No, I'm still doing Monday. That's that. Okay. I love Jesus, but I can't stand church. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah,
we definitely need to continue that.
Very interesting.
Yes. So is there anything else? I'm definitely going to do that as well. I'm subscribed to you, so I'm going to see that stuff pop up. Is there anything else that anybody else want to go ahead and let the group know and really put it out there for people who are going to be watching this in the next day or two as well?
Well, I would just say that I'm just very honored to be a part of this project, and I know that as we work together, this thing is going to grow, and I'm just looking forward to see it come to fruition. And again, I just appreciate so much. I'm very honored for this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, could I just say as well, when I first heard about this project, I was just interested because I was just interested in what you was doing, Frank, not necessarily thinking about auditioning at all. But then I came into the room and you said, Melissa, are you here to audition? And I'm like, in my mind, I was like, no, but because you put it out there, I'm like, well, why not? Let me give this a try. So I want to just thank you for giving me the opportunity as a complete novice of doing something like this and giving me this part. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of everybody else, I was interested after learning that Frank was a filmmaker, and then going and watching Love Trap and watching his work, and just knowing that it's people in the world that you cross paths with directly or indirectly, and you meet directly or indirectly, especially in these YouTube streets, that are so talented, have so much to offer the world, just have to have that opportunity to get it on a bigger platform. I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry, but there are people like the Frank Goodens of the world that are not so seen, that need to be seen and brought to the forefront. And this is what independent film does and can do for people like Frank. So that once I saw Love Trap, I was like, I definitely gotta at least try to audition for a part to work with him and have this opportunity, and hopefully it leads to other opportunities, and that's where it starts.
Yes. 100%. And that's what we want to see, because if this is successful, then hopefully other people, do this same thing. And that means more opportunity for more actors, for more writers, more illustrators. Like if this opens up a whole, maybe genre at some point, then look at the kind of talent that we're now able to kind of usher in, or at least get the jump off, so to speak, where we jump started something that then, down the road is now like, whoa, a lot of people are doing this and benefiting from it. So that's definitely part of the plan.
Absolutely.
I just want to say congratulations to Ashley, to Vaughn, to Melissa, Uncle Stu, and of course, the one and only OG Patrice for getting their parts, and for everybody else who's no longer the part, that they got their parts. And Frank, if you need anything, let me know.
Thank you. She stole my thunder. Appreciate you.
Thank
you. She stole my thunder. You're so supportive in every way.
I try. Well, with your charming, English accent, you could charm me into anything, pretty much.
So that's going to be the cool part of Melissa's part of what she's going to bring to this, is because her English accent is going to be like that twist, right? That extra little twist.
Absolutely.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, actually, on that point, OG, sometimes I watch shows, right? And I think to myself, you may see the characters, and they don't look like they match together. Like maybe you might see a dark-skinned mother and a father, and the child is way, way, way light-skinned. And to me, it's like, that doesn't kind of match. I don't know if anybody else thinks this or stuff like that. But so for my accent to be the parent of, is it the parent of Ava? The parent of
see, your part is the phone lady. You got to be on the phone.
I know, but originally when I went for the part of the parent.
Bianca's mom.
In my mind, I just thought it didn't quite fit. And I don't know if anybody else thought that at all, but I don't know. That's just my thinking. So I'm actually glad that I have this sort of the phone person, because it's not a relative of anybody in the do you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Melissa, I was gonna put you in the right spot. You're good.
Melissa, haven't you seen my daughter, Melissa? Me and her mother is dark, and my daughter is light.
Yeah, my daughter is kind of, she's like, me and her father are both dark skinned. She's like somewhere in between. She's not light skinned and she's not dark.
Right.
I don't know who child you is.
But sometimes you guys know sometimes the bloodline skips a generation or two. Sometimes because if grandmama or great grandmama may have been lighter complected, sometimes your child will come out like that, right? So that's the beauty of it all.
Yeah, it's true.
That black magic. That black magic.
Yeah.
Black magic.
Yeah, it works wonders, man. You never know what happens with it. You never know.
Right. That's awesome. Okay, well, I just want to thank you all again. We're at the start of something that honestly I think is going to be amazing. I can't wait for this thing to develop. I'm going to be sharing with each of you your particular parts. Just want to thank each and everyone. And Gail's up here. Gail, I just want to thank you just for everything that you've done supporting the channel.
I know.
Because it's one of these things where people don't talk about it enough, and you know this, and you've heard it over and over again, but the stuff that you do helps set us up and allow us to do what we need to do to be successful.
Yes.
And the definition of a team player, you already know, you're on this side now, so we're going to see what happens with your channel.
Now, pray for me.
Just keep going. I think I told the story. Remember, JP had to hold my hand almost literally on my very first stream. So you killed it on your first stream, Gail.
I don't know. I stumbled a lot on it, but it's like I got it out of the way.
Yeah, you killed it.
No, you did an awesome
job. You did great.
Yeah, because she called me out. She had me front and center, like it was my show.
Yeah,
talking about my shirt. Like, yo, I was trying to represent the Africa.
That was a good idea, though. Yeah. I'm just looking when you continue to do yours. I'm interested to see how you develop it, because that was a good idea what you did, and it's really interesting some of the different things that you did and some of the things that, because I watched the replay afterwards that people were saying afterwards, Gail. So I'm really interested to see the angle, the approach you take with your show, considering the fact that you are, the moderator and you're so well traveled across the YouTube space.
And so well loved. She's so well loved.
Everybody, yes.
And definitely she has taught me everything I know about moderating.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you,
your
Gail.
game is up now.
Yeah, and Vaughn, you definitely you have stepping your game up. Like I see you on Miss B Finesse and anybody else, and I'm like, look at Vaughn, go ahead and show out, homeboy.
Right.
All thanks to Gail. All thanks to Gail.
Yeah. So we just want to see what you do, Gail. Go ahead, Gail.
Well, so far I have my thumbnail. I will have my link up here by tomorrow for next week's topic for Saturday, because my plan was to do first and third Saturday live streams with an actual topic. The first one was just a icebreaker, just to say, hey, I'm here, and just to kind of freestyle, see where it went, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be, I already talked to Vaughn about it, and we prayed. It's going to be kind of controversial, but I'm ready to talk about it because it's kind of looked over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
The name of the title that I'm working around is Breathe. Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Now, the title is Men Make Better Parents.
Oh,
I love that.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I like it.
You know, I was a single parent.
You got to spark it, okay?
Earning her
Now
master's degree.
and we need to have her back when she puts that out.
Oh, yeah. You got to spark it, Gail.
I know that's going to be a hot one.
I spoke with some my guests already, because I'm already have a panel. But I'm gonna have panel people come up if they want to too. So I'm hoping try to get it down like 2 hours and cut it off there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it can go
all night.
So many places.
10 hours minimum. 10 hours minimum.
So Gail, so your title is it in the form of a statement or a question?
Probably a statement.
It's gonna have to be. I want to be a statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
That's provocative.
Interesting.
Yes, that's provocative. Yeah. And I think it's a good move considering all the love that you've gotten and the subscribers and everything. That's what's going to bring people on in. What is Gail talking about? And then you're gonna do a little, you're going to feed them and you're going to let people come in and kind of say what they got to say on it. I love it.
Right. I love it too. It's gonna be definitely a different twist and perspective to things. So
Absolutely.
Well, you got She Stole My Thunder, and they like to go 10 hours. I got gray hair. I can't do no 10-hour live. I'm not doing
Frank
that.
can't either. Frank can't either.
Come on. You two,
You're right.
you two are like what, 21, 22? What are you talking about? Come on, who are you two kidding? You two are doing 12 hours minimum. Who are you two kidding?
She Stole My Thunder between you and BTB. Oh my God.
Listen, I'm not far off of Frank and Uncle Stu age. If I can manage 13 hours, y'all can do 10 minimum, easy, okay?
She Stole My
peasy.
Thunder. I'm not single. I got other people to deal with.
Then they can help. They can coordinate. Come on, bring in the family. We want to see the Tiana with you. Come on.
No, but I think Uncle Stu still did what, about a 5 or 6 hour. I think you did at least that, didn't you, Uncle Stu?
At least once, yeah. At least
Yeah,
twice.
yeah, no, of course. I kid.
I try to go back that direction. I'm dead the next day. I ain't young. I don't do it.
I
know that's right, Uncle Stu.
I have fell asleep, woke up, and She Stole My Thunder. BTB still be on. Get something to eat. Go to the store. Come back. Clean the house.
Frank, you want to know how bad it was? Frank, I went to bed. Got up at 4:30 in the morning. Right. I said, well, okay. Well, let me check some emails and just check some things early. I go and look, and it's Before the Billions. So I said, well, let me see what they're talking about. Before the Billions is in the corner with a blanket over him, and everybody else on the panel talking. I'm going, is Before the Billions sleep? I said, wait a minute. Where She Stole My Thunder? If she don't clip this, we in trouble. He was knocked out asleep on his own live while the panel was just going.
Is that live still there? Is the replay there?
The replay is there.
That's funny. All right,
Yeah,
I'm happy to take
he
it out.
definitely went to sleep. I said, nah, they ain't gonna catch me like that. Everybody know when Uncle Stu lay back in his chair and his hand go up, Gail has even had to come in my private line. You tired now, aren't you, Uncle Stu? Yeah. Every time I try to shut it down, who I gotta keep quiet the most? Vaughn.
Wait,
right?
what Miss D Finesse say about Uncle Stu? When Uncle Stu ran back in that chair, he was like, "Yeah, you sleepy, Uncle Stu, you sleepy."
That's what they know.
Sitting up there talking about. Well, you know, I said, Vaughn, you in California. I'm on the East Coast. On 8 o'clock over there. It's on 1 o'clock over here. We going to bed over here.
Yeah, Uncle Stu. And I remember you used to blame it on me all the time. He said, Vaughn is in California. You think we going to stay up all night? Oh, man. Awesome. Man.
You do have those extra hours on us, Vaughn.
I know.
Like right now, it's 10 o'clock here. It's only 7 o'clock where you're at now, right?
Yes. Yeah,
7:14.
Yeah, and it's a little after 8 here in Arizona, so I'm on mountain time now because when California goes back, Arizona time doesn't move at all. We stay the same all the time. We're not on daylight saving times or anything like that, so our time never changes.
I got you. Okay, guys. Well, this has been nothing but a big family reunion, it seems like, which is always good.
Yes.
And so it's really good to see these, this positive energy and the excited energy as we begin to take these first steps with the creation of what we're going to do with Life or Death. And I think that we can continue. I mean, TLA is a real model. When he talks about promoting everybody else at the same time as he does his thing, I want to try to do that in our way if we can. So let's continue that spirit. I always want us to be able to try to support each other. Mention your streams. I believe, Vaughn, you got something coming up next week you should probably mention. No? Yes or no, Vaughn?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did you have a stream coming up maybe next week that you want to mention so that we can support it?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have a stream. No.
Oh, you don't?
Me.
Okay.
I'm going to be with Uncle Stu on Monday.
Oh no, Gail. I see here, Gail. You have something. So you're good with announcing your stream, Gail, right?
I'll be on the panel.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes, absolutely. And if there's anybody else that has, Melissa, do you have anything coming up that you want to mention?
Yeah, my streams are usually Tuesday and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So anybody's welcome to come join me over there.
Okay, yep. And we're all subscribers, so a lot of times it pops up, but this is just for the people who are watching who have not yet subscribed as well. Please check out what everybody's doing, and I really, want to continue to try to do that as much as we can as we come together.
And Frank, I'll send you out an email if I believe I don't have anything scheduled for Wednesday. I just know about Sunday, and I know I'm gonna do a live Monday. I will not step on Gail's toes Tuesday because I don't want her hitting buttons on me and my whole system go down. So I will check.
Gail.
Gail, get that look.
Tuesday. What you saying? What happened Tuesday?
I thought you said you got a show Tuesday.
Saturday. I'm gonna be streaming first and third Saturday every month. 8 p.m.
Okay. Okay. So between Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'll let you know by tomorrow.
Okay.
And I will we'll all come to my platform so that we can all introduce ourselves to everybody, introduce the show, and most importantly, introduce you all over again.
Sound good.
We'll do one big platform of the show.
So
awesome.
All right, very good.
In the chat for you.
All right, because you all can tell Frank ready to go. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know me. Like I told you, I love this, but at the same time, hey, we all are, got our things that we're doing as well. So I just don't like to hold people. I like to be very conscious of and respectful of everybody's time. I don't like to just hold us if we, because we got so much we're doing.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Well, again, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Good luck.
You.
I look forward to working with everyone. Again, Frank, thank you so much. Can we just all say Team Life or Death on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Team Life or Death.
I love that. Let's do that.
Good luck, everybody. Break a leg.
In the name of Jesus, we all shall say, and let the church say,
Amen. All right. I'm going to end it on that, y'all. Appreciate y'all and love y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Much love.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, everyone.